to The Crafted and Creative, a podcast meant to uplift and engage BIPOC creatives who are on their journey of making a social impact and creating a lasting legacy, as well as create community and a sense of guidance for those that are looking to do the same through their artistry. Today's guest, we have Charles A. Honeywood. He's a director and writer based in Chicago, Illinois. His film Pictures Only is about a 25-year-old teacher in the 1950s that is faced with racial inequalities and an economic downturn. She has the opportunities to elevate her lifestyle and secure her family future. It has screened at festivals worldwide, such as the Pan African Film Festival, the Essence Film Festival, Toronto Black Film Festival, and winner of the Venice Shorts Film Awards. Thank you so much, Charles.
Thank you so much, Deja, for having me. I'm deeply humbled and appreciative for being here.
Yeah, so I just want to get started. My first question
Thank
for
you.
you is what made you get into filmmaking and writing?
Ah, the big question. So what got me started was screenwriting, actually. Just the curiosity of wanting to know how to make a movie. Everybody has these movies ideas and TV shows they haven't seen before, but no one really knows how to get started. And honestly, I started doing my own research, attended a few workshops here and there,
Hmm.
and it worked out. Attended a few courses because I didn't do your traditional film school like a lot of individuals that I know. I just went to YouTube University, had a lot of
Yes.
on-set and volunteer experience, and just took it one day at a time, one thing after the other. So, yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. But I want to go back to like your Donda House beginnings.
Mhm.
So I want to know,
Of course.
you started off in music. What was that translation from deciding to be a musician or, produce into deciding to become
Mhm.
a screenwriter?
It was actually a smooth transition. Once I made that transition, I saw how artists like Ice Cube made that transition from being a recording artist or rapper to more so of a writer, producer, and director. Because they say screenwriting is a close cousin to poetry.
Mm.
Well, rap stands for rhythm and poetry. So me being in Donda's house and constantly working that creative muscle, writing poems, writing lyrics, producing songs, it gave me a lot of different aspects and tools that I was able to utilize in the film world. Film scoring, and knowing how to like communicate that to my editor and things of that nature. So yeah, it really played a huge
The
role.
fact that you were still feeling like a storyteller, even in writing just poetry or producing music, that you were able
Yeah.
to translate that into writing. um, I know for Pictures Only, it's a period piece and it's filled with so much
Yeah. Yep.
layers, especially during the 50s, where it's touched on very lightly. It's not heavy handed, the racial inequalities that was in the film. And just to shout
Mhm.
myself out, y'all, I starred in the film. I'm so blessed and honored that I got the opportunity to star in that film. And it's, like I
Yeah.
said earlier, it is a period piece based in the 1950s. And I want to know for you, what type of research did you have to do to prepare for writing something that heavy?
That's a great question. Well, before I begin, I want to first give you your flowers. You did a fantastic job in the film, and thank you again for doing such an amazing job and blowing us away and taking it on at such short notice. Bravo to you again. Thank you. Um, as far as the research, man, that was probably one of the most fun parts of writing Pictures Only and bringing that world to life because I took it to an extent of like looking up names, looking up the lingo during that time, looking up the wardrobe, looking up things to do, things that people did during those times. I didn't want to just stop at like scene descriptions or locations. I wanted the entire project to really encompass what was going on, and especially during the struggles during those times that African Americans were facing. And we wanted to also keep it realistic. We didn't want it to be make believe. We wanted to stay really authentic to those times, to the things that were going on in Bronzeville. I looked up news articles for like the Tribune and things that were in news articles that were around during that time, um, such as objects, set decoration. You know, I
Mhm.
really, really took a deep dive into it to make sure I captured the entire story.
Right. And it's a female driven story. You know, we don't I think we have maybe one male actor that was in the project, but it's being led by all a female cast. How did you write
Right.
that knowing that okay, I have the responsibility of showing female characters that are dynamic and diverse because we were all different types of um, actors and we had so much life in these characters. How did you try to steer
Of
away from
course.
the stereotypes?
Of course. Well, thankfully, I had a time, and as you know, it was originally a pitch competition idea that I had pitched to flip the script, and I was on. It was split into like a couple of teams: Team Iman, team like Kimani, and team somebody else. And these team leaders were our story, basically our approvers of the project, of the screenplay. While in the competition, Iman was like, "Hey, I want to continue to work with you on this project. I want to continue to make sure this is a good idea, and I feel like we have something. So even though you're done now, let's keep in touch and work on it."
Mm,
So having respected and respectable woman lead the project and be my story editor was a key piece. And then in addition to that, I also had two women who were my co-writers, who helped with keeping everything in line, keeping everything empowered, keeping everything woman focused. And I felt more so of a protector of the project, making sure it was authentic, making sure it was down to earth, but also making sure it was in those guidelines that we wrote, that we created, making sure that it was within that world. Because it was plenty of Zoom sessions, plenty of Zoom calls, like, oh, it's not there yet. Let's change this. Let's do that. Or they wouldn't say this during that time and this, that, and the third. So it was more so of a struggle of just staying motivated, because you know how rewrites can be. They can be defeating at times, you have to find some type of spark to keep you going. So yeah, I was just real grateful for the team that surrounded me with it. And once I got coverage and got the green light, it was go time.
and so I just want to lightly touch on film festivals. I feel like we've had a really great film festival run with the project. What type of film festivals were you looking for with this project? Where because we did a lot of black film festivals, so was that something in the zeitgeist when you were looking for to submit the project?
And I wanted to, of course, get in all the film festivals. Once I realized what we had and once it was pretty much done, we were in the post-production process. I started making like, that spreadsheet that I have. And I've been submitting to them since then, any ones that will still allow it. And it was more so just get as many eyes on it as possible. And whoever accepts it, accepts it. I know that's not really a strategy looking at it in hindsight now, knowing what I know now, but I was more so just wanting everybody to see it. And
Mm-hmm.
whoever accepts it, accepts it. Who rejects it, rejects it. And then some people who even rejected has came back around and said, "Hey, let's play it. We have a slot this year for you. Would you still like it to be screened?" So it was more so just to get visibility to it, get it on as many platforms, get it as many accolades, awards, make as much noise, and bring as much attention to it as possible while marketing the film. And just, I've never really been to that many film festivals before in my life. So now it was more so like opening a new world, going to different cities that I would have never been to had I not submitted to these film festivals, meeting people I would have never met, and then not even still not being able to attend them all. Um, Still just inspiring people that I may never meet,
Mm-hmm.
just giving that hope to somebody or having someone reach out and say thank you, for that story. That's kind of what it was about as well. So yeah.
Mm. How has the film festivals helped you as a director, or what have you learned through this process where you're going to meet people, you're seeing the
Mm.
film over and over again, and you're watching it, and
As far as confidence and a lot of Q&A, um, and when it comes to presenting yourself and representing yourself in the best fashion, when it comes to things like representing others, um, it really taught me a lot about myself as far as passion, my ability to lead, my ability to stay calm in stressful situations. I've learned a lot about myself and to just be kind, how to network, the importance of networking and speaking up for yourself, and actually going to these events. That's been invaluable. And the amount of knowledge that I've gotten and, the game, in addition to like the game, the good, the bad, the ugly, the parties, um, everything.
The
It's
free
just
stuff,
been,
because
it's
I know
just been
y'all get free stuff now. I know y'all get free
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah. We get a free like some festivals it depends. Like the larger festivals, yeah, they make sure they look out. Like you get free food, drinks. When I went to Kansas City, I had a whole driver in Kansas City. I'm talking about picking me up, escorting me around, this, that, and the third. Like so it
Wow, you was
depends. Like
fancy.
LA, you
Yeah.
get tickets, you get passes to after parties, you get like certain exclusive opportunities, pitch opportunities,
Mhm.
distribution opportunities, things of that nature. But for the most part, yeah, it's just a good time. Like the one I really had a really good time at was Capital City. That was in Lansing, Michigan. That one was like really dedicated towards like the filmmakers.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like making sure they had a good time. Um, Kansas City was great too, because I had a driver everywhere I went, so it was kind of cool.
Mm. So I want to know for you, what would be your advice to someone that's coming up now that you've gone through this project, you've made, your first short film, you've been able to submit it into so many festivals. What advice would you give to someone else coming along?
Ah, be patient, but don't procrastinate. You know what I'm saying? Like, be patient with yourself. Know that this isn't an overnight type thing. This has been what since 2020. I would say that's when the screenplay was ready. So I would say, yeah, like during the pandemic, and it's 4 years later. Um, and we still are in the film festival circuit, still are in pursuit of trying to get picked up. You know, so just be patient with yourself. Take your time and know like if you're directing, people are there to help you. Don't come in egotistical. Don't come in. I've seen a lot of other people who are egotistical, who people don't like. I've heard horror stories. You know, um, just be cool, man. Just be laid back, have fun, be grateful, and take it all in one day at a time. Don't stress. Do what you can do. Know that what will fall, what can go wrong will go wrong. So if you're going with that mindset of not trying to hold on to something, you know what I'm saying, where the signs may be telling you to let go and do something different,
That's
like listen to people,
yeah.
listen, listen. So yeah, that's the biggest thing, listening. Just listen.
Right, right. That's awesome. So where can people find you?
Honey Padre at on Instagram and as well as Twitter. The film is Pictures Only Film on Facebook and Instagram, and then Pics Only Film on Twitter. So, and then Charles Honeywood on Facebook as well.
Uh, Thank you so much, Charles. Again, I wish we could go on and go longer, but I'm definitely gonna have you on again. I'm just so grateful that you
Of
were able to
course.
join this time around.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. All right, so thank you all so much for watching this episode of Crafted and Creative, and we will see you all in the next episode.